Earth Day is coming up this Thursday, and here at News4JAX, we're turning our attention to going green. And one important thing that we should all be doing is recycling. So here at Republic Services, we've got Bill Brinkley, and we're going to talk not just about what you can recycle, but what you should not try to recycle in your own household. And let's also talk about some of the craziest things that you've ever seen on the line. So first, let's start out with what can we put in our recycling bins?
Well, thanks, Eden. And really, I like to keep it simple. So plastics, grades 1 through 7, your teas, your milks, laundry, just as long as it's cleaned out, your water bottles, those all work. Those can be recycled. Aluminum cans, right here. Aluminum foil, as long as it's clean. Metal containers, paper, newspaper. Pizza boxes, as long as they're clean and not stained. These are all things that can go in your recycle bin, and we like them to go in there as the plastic bottle and aluminum can itself and not in a bag. And that way our trucks will collect it and bring it to our recycle bin.
And we'll talk about why that's very important. Why is recycling important to begin with, though?
Well, it's extremely important because, it's an opportunity to reuse a product that's already been made, and it keeps volume out of the landfills and keeps landfill life longer. And there's just a benefit to recycling to keep natural product from being reused again. So
sure. And when somebody puts something in a recycling bin that cannot be recycled, does that taint the entire bin, or is that something that you guys can sort through?
No, in our recycling facility, we have sorters that sort through that. We have an automated system. So we take the bad out, we take the good out, and the bad goes to the landfill, and the good is processed, baled, and sold.
So what we're trying to do is keep a lot of these things out of the landfill. Now, you talk about the things that go to the landfill. Some of them you pull, though, just to give us a good example of what does not go in your recycling bin. So I see a stuffed animal. Obviously, that is not something that should have been in there, right?
No, and I think sometimes folks get the perception that with recycling, it's reduce or reuse, recycle. Those are the 3 R's. So yeah, these can be reused, but probably better off going to Goodwill, but not in your recycling bin. And again, here you got one of the big enemies is loose plastic. We figure if you can punch your finger through it, it's not recyclable in a residential recycle system.
So grocery bags, you need to take those back to the little bins in front of the stores,
right? They can go back to the store, and they all offer bins out in front of it. And these are exactly what I'm talking about. There's some good product in here, but it's in a bin. And our folks just can't run the risk of opening this up because, like this plastic bottle here has hypodermic needles in there. Well, we also have that in a plastic bag sometimes, so we can't put our employees at risk.
So once you've hidden those objects away inside a plastic bag, you may as well have just thrown them directly into your trash because they cannot be recycled at that point.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And now we're getting into some kind of crazier looking things that you must have come across.
Yeah, well, I tell you, when people do construction projects around the house, they figure the wood can go in the bin. Again, shoes, maybe if you have a pair, Goodwill's a better option. Masks are kind of becoming the new issue. Folks are throwing masks in their recycle bins instead of the trash bins. So that's been a challenge. Plastic bottles, again, they're great, but not when they're full of liquid. All right, that doesn't work. Those automatically go out to the trash. We can't open it, empty it. We just don't know exactly what that liquid is. Again, batteries, gas tanks, garbage disposals, a big no-no. This just came through the other day, a sink.
Somebody's kitchen sink?
Yeah, someone's kitchen sink. That can't be recycled either. So those are challenges.
That's incredible, but very believable, because sometimes it's overwhelming when you're trying to clear the clutter. That's a whole additional step when you have to sort through your trash, but it is one that if you get in a good habit, I guess, then you can kind of keep it going, remembering some of those things that you mentioned. Now, we do have one more item to tell you about that did come through here that really brings to light how people can just kind of chuck things and not really notice what they've done, and that is
Well, about 4 years ago, we had an urn come in through our sort facility, and we did everything right. We called DEP, and we just, no one would claim the urn. So out of respect, we put it up in our cabinet there, and we just have it locked up and just pay respect.
like a full human being.
Yes.
came through here. So, you know, you never know what's going to come through on the line day to day. And in the coming days, we'll have an opportunity to actually see the great work that goes on here at Republic Services. But, and I think we're even going to put Mark to work, right? I believe that's part of the plan.
We have a slot open for him, yes.
Yes, and he gets to wear the cool vest and the hard hat and the goggles, I think, too. That's going to be great. But happy Earth Day to you. Thank you so much for the great work that you all do at this facility, and we're excited to learn more.
Thank you very much.
Positively Jax is brought